Alright, this is Raccoon 71 coming at you live from my headquarters in Oklahoma. How's it going? It's Monday. Manic Monday. And you know what? It's too hot to be manic on this Monday. Yes, and that's why I had this Mr. Fan to help me out here, to stay cool. And yes, it's made in China. I don't know why I brought the box, okay? I'm not being paid to say this or anything else, okay, guys? But it's a lampi. A lampi. Say that 3 times fast. A lampi. Missing fan. A revolutionary approach to keeping you cool. It comes in 4 different colors: black, gray, blue, pink. There you have it. I have water in here. Now, when I first tried this out, it was in the house. It was actually keeping me cool. Guess what? Now that the water's cooled down, warmed up a little bit, it's not keeping me so cool. I think this thing was like, what, $9 or something? Yeah, it's not doing me any good. Oh, you know what? I don't think the mist is on. That's probably why. There we go. I don't know if you can see the mist. Maybe a little bit. Can you? Yeah. Woo! It's like I'm powdering my face with mist. But I hope you guys are staying cool, guys. I hope you're having a marvelous Monday. I hope you're staying away from the white noise. There's a lot of misinformation, disinformation, a lot of deep fakes about what's going on with the other side of the world. Okay? You know, you had to expect that was going to happen. And all that. You know, like I said to you yesterday, I had to bring up something out yesterday too about the video. This is my space. This is my space. You know, I don't care what's going on over there. I really don't. If I see nuclear missiles flying by over my head or whatever, yeah, I'll have a concern about that. Do I have concern about sleeper cells? Yes, I do. But other than that, no. You know? No. I don't. And another thing, guys, too. Yesterday, I had a 5-hour video, okay? I didn't really intend for that to be that long, but it happened. But during that time, I actually blamed it on Jim. I think it's at the 2-hour, 34:21 mark. Oh, there's a plane. The plane. I blame the silence with Jim, because I told him to come out to, you know, be the cameraman and all that stuff, and I thought it was him. It wasn't him. it was me adjusting the stand. So, I really am backed up with making videos and all that stuff. And maybe later on tonight and stuff, we can go back in my studio, chat it up, work on certain videos, work on certain projects, and just have a rocktastic time. You know? I'm keeping today's outdoor stream very lighthearted. You know, I'm keeping it cool. What happened? What happened with what? Hi, Hans. What happened with what? So, well, you were listening, right? So you tell me what I was talking about. I think you very well know what I was talking about. And I don't want to deal with it. I want everything lighthearted today. Alright. So where are you from, Hans? Thanks for joining me on my stream. I truly appreciate it. Forget about what I talked about. Let's get to know each other, right? So where are you from? Cool. Oh, okay, cool. So what do you do there? I actually wanted to go to India. India is a very spiritual place. You're a farmer? What do you farm? What do you farm? Do you have like, well, I know cows are very sacred in India, so you don't slaughter cows. You know, I think cows are sacred too. Cows are my favorite animal. I have a whole collection of cows in my room. Rice, corn, potatoes. And do you sell them? Yeah, but you still eat like pork, right? Or something? Or no? I know and so so it's vegetarian. I've seen documentaries where, and I don't know where this is, and maybe you do. Maybe it was in Punjab, where they actually have a huge dinner. They have all these cooks. Do you know what I'm talking about? They have all these cooks, and all the food is for free. Well, that is a healthy way to live, right? I saw a documentary, and it might be around your area, but they had this huge dinner, right? And there was a lot of volunteer cooks making like stew and like the flatbread and all that stuff, and and it was all for free for all people. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, and I thought that was awesome. I don't know if it was for a holiday or what. Yeah. I thought it was freaking cool. And they don't do it one time a year. I think they do it several times a year. Yeah. You know, it's I wish certain parts of the world were like, say, parts of India, right, and all that stuff, right? We have soup kitchens in the U.S., right, for like the homeless, for like the addicted, the afflicted, all that stuff, okay? But it's not compared to what you guys do over there. We have like food banks where if you're like have a job or financially unstable, we give food out for free, you know. But not like what you guys do over there. How old are you, Hans? I'm just curious. I would love to go to India. I really would. And because there's another festival, I think it comes around Easter or April or spring, where it's all about, like the powdered dyes or something like that. Like you put powdered dyes on your face and all that. In my culture, people earn a lot of money and leave it for their kids. And they take care of their own too, don't they? Right? Like when you get married, you take care of your kids and your in-laws and everything. They still do that here. When they come over to America, they still do that here. I used to live in Denville, New Jersey, and Parsippany had a very huge Indian population. Okay, and so I used to work with them, and they used to take care of their mother-in-law, their father-in-law, the whole family under one roof. Yeah. I think people now in America are starting to do that now because of like the high prices of inflation and everything else. Like some kids are coming home to live with their parents because everything's so expensive now. I live with my wife and my son and my mom and dad. Pretty cool, right? Yeah. Pretty cool. I'll tell you a little story about me. My mother got divorced from my father. Okay? And he was an alcoholic. And she didn't want me to be raised with an alcoholic. So she moved in with her parents, my grandparents. So I was raised by my mom and my grandmother and my grandfather. And I was telling my husband this. I feel very blessed to have grown up that way, because my grandfather used to listen to different kinds of music, like maybe I know you probably never heard of these groups, but like the Ink Spots, or like country music like Slim Whitman, Johnny Cash. You know, he helped me ride a bike when I was little, because I didn't have a father around, right? But yeah, so I was very blessed, you know. I think Spanish people do that too. You know, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so I think in a way it should be that way. You know, where one family comes together. Not just because somebody, you know, in the family has an illness, a terminal illness or whatever. They should all come together, you know. Yeah. I had a young gentleman from India. He came on my channel and he talked about, you know, I asked him what he did. He said he went to university. And I said, oh, what are you studying? He says, I'm becoming a medical doctor. And he was telling, I said, are you under a lot of pressure because maybe your parents, you know, push you to be a lawyer or a doctor or something like that? He's like, no, not in my family and stuff. But he taught me about the school system and everything, where everything's free or something like that. Correct? But I do appreciate you dropping by, Hans, and sharing your life with me. You know, I like to get to know people in different cultures and everything. You know? How many times, I'm going to ask you, how many times have you been to the Taj Mahal in your life? You went to Australia to study. You never went to the Taj Mahal? Why not? Because it gets too crowded, right? And a lot of scammers are around. I've seen, you know, videos of, you know, people going to the Taj Mahal, and there's a lot of scammers, right, that want to take your picture for 5 rupees, or, right? But it's still an experience, especially if you have kids and stuff, you know. Oh, you're not. Oh. Well, it's just a giant, mausoleum for a prince, right? So how long were you in Australia for? My grandmother, my mom's mother, was born in New Zealand, in Wellington, New Zealand. And she migrated from New Zealand with her parents and her younger brothers to the U.S. And we still have family in New Zealand. Yeah, you are phony, jewelry, money, everything is gone. They pretend to be your friends. Yeah, yeah. I went to Australia in 2008, came back 2019 at the age of 32. When were the 2008 were the Beijing Olympics, right? I'm trying to figure out when the Australian Olympics were. I know Beijing, I think it was in 2008, but yeah, I'm just making conversation. That's all. So, what did you study there? And did you have like roommates? Like, did you live on campus with people? And what did you study? Oh, so are you gonna run your own restaurant one day? That's awesome. Come to America. Uh, Come to America. We need more diverse food culture in this country. Come to Oklahoma. I'll set you up. I I went to a street fair in my hometown. This is a long time ago, and they had a tent. All right, a tent, and it was Indian food, right? And you know, I it was a fishbowl. Okay, it was a fishbowl, but it was a very spicy, hot fishbowl. And I was like, oh my god. I'll hook you up. Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm originally from Jersey, New Jersey, okay? And like I said, Parsippany, New Jersey has really the largest Indian population in New Jersey. And I think they actually built a temple too. I have to look that up and all that. So you'll be right at home in Parsippany, New Jersey. I'm just saying, I'm not. Thanks for the hearts. But in Oklahoma too, like in Tulsa, they have a very diverse culinary experience in that city too, like with Korean barbecue, uh, Chinese. The Chinese buffets suck here. Okay, I'm gonna admit. Don't eat the Chinese food, but but no, they have a diverse culinary culture that you will like here. Uh, I'm gonna say this. I think I'm trying to word this right here, okay? I think he's really disappointing a lot of people. Okay? With what he's doing. Ew! Ew! Well, in China, when they had the Beijing Olympics over there, a lot of these tourists went over to see the Olympics. And all these, food tents had like fried tarantulas, you know, like worm balls or whatever. But like it wasn't like the American Chinese food. And a lot of people were starving to death there when they went to Beijing, and all they saw was like, they would eat snake or fried tarantula or whatever. It was funny. You should look that up. It was funny. But see, we Americanized Chinese food. It's not like over there. Yeah. And they use every part of the animal. Like eyeballs from the tongue to whatever and stuff. I tell you a Chinese story. Okay. Whoops. I hope I didn't lose you. I do want to say another thing. I do appreciate this conversation, and I'm enjoying it. I'm hoping that you're enjoying this too. But yeah, I think I've had this. I've had like chocolate covered ants and fried grasshoppers, and when I was in high school, our science teacher did an April Fool's joke, and he made worm cake, and he knew we were potheads, and he told us, because we took a slice or just try it, right? Well, he knew, and he said, "Oh, I see some people got it in the cake, huh? All right. Well, how did you like the little tasty treats in that cake?" I'm like, "What?" Well, it was kind of, He says, "Well, yeah, they were worm bits." True story. And if there was a cake on the counter, from our science teacher, we never touched it again. Yeah. But the fried grasshoppers and the chocolate covered ants were from a gourmet store. And actually we bought like snails also. We didn't cook the snails or anything, but I was in a band way back when, and we were like challenging each other. That's all. And I got the brunt of it. Ugh. Yeah, it's hot. Jeez. There's actually, I wish I was in my studio. There's actually a video game about Indian cuisine. It's like it's like a story, and it was about like the family's secret recipe. I forget what the game's called though. I have to look that up. Oh, well, have you heard of? Well, all right. So there's one video. Well, do you play on the computer, Xbox, or PlayStation 3? I mean, PlayStation. There's a game called 1979. You might be interested in it. I don't know. But it's called 1979, and it's about how the Iranians, at that time, it was the Iranian Revolution in 1979. And it's an interesting game. But there's another game too that actually it's about Indian cooking, about family recipe and stuff. Like it's like a short story. But I forget what the video game's called. Yeah. It's basically about like how, like say, how family traditions are, like maybe in your culture about cooking and all that stuff. I know you would like that game. Yeah, 1979 is about the Iranian Revolution. But like I said, there's another video game with Indian cooking. And I know you would like that. I just can't think of the name of the game. It's from an independent company, too. It's not like from a AAA video game corporation. Yeah, Iranian Revolution. 1979 it's called. Or, this is a light-hearted conversation. Listen, you should look at, like, have you heard of Anthony Bourdain? If you're a cook, you should know him. He was a chef in New York and stuff, and he was in recovery from drugs and whatever. And he went all around the world for CNN. All right, and the show was called Parts Unknown. And he went to Iran. Okay, he did a whole show on Iran. He even did a show on Libya. I used to love Anthony Bourdain because he's from my home state of New Jersey. And some people don't realize this. The people are fine. The people are good. I mean, it's very strict there. Like, you can't drink alcohol, you can't have pornography, you can't do this, you can't gamble, whatever. All right? You know why? Probably because of the wealth. I have my theories on why this is all happening. But it's not, it's the regime of Iran that's the troublemaker, that's corrupted. It's not the people of Iran. They're fine. You know what I mean? And it's just, and it's all about the ideology of Islam. This is not all about the nukes they have or the building of nukes or whatever. It's about something else. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's how I feel. And we, okay, should have never been involved in the first place. Let them kill each other off. And I don't want anybody to die or anything else. I'm just saying let these governments kill each other off. Because they've been at it for years and stuff, you know, and they never stop. They never stop. It's all about arrogance and ego. It's all about power, control. And you know, we should never went over there. You know what I mean? But Trump knew what he was doing way before this ever even happened. And I have more thoughts. And this was supposed to be a lighthearted stream. But I suggest to you, my friend Hans, that, you know, don't be doom scrolling. You have a family. Focus on your family. Cook for your family. Heck with what's going on in India. I mean, I'm sorry, in Iran. 4 a.m.? I don't know how I can tell. I don't know what time it is here. I think maybe around 5 o'clock in the evening. Maybe. Yeah. I'm looking out for your brother. You know, hell with everything. I'm telling you. And the media, the mainstream media, makes it worse. And that's why you have to read between the lines. Throw your cell phone into the river or something. You know? That's why I feel like doing sometimes. I have a question. Alright? You cook for your family. What is your most favorite meal to cook for your family? My family is well settled. No worries for them. Well, I know, but you have to stay informed and just make everybody's okay, right? I cook curry, Maggie. Wait. Alright. I cook curry Magai, right? Is that it? Noodles, etc. Okay. I've had curry goat before. I love curry goat with peas and rice and stuff. So, can you tell me what curry Magai is? My grandfather earned a lot of money in his prime. What did he do for a living? If I may ask. Sorry for what? Did you say something that... I guess you didn't understand me. What did your grandfather do for a living? Are you serious? Wasn't there... Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, wait a minute. Wasn't there a... It was in the news, right? But I don't know if it was on your news over there. But didn't an actor or a preacher die? It's a big scandal. Do you know who I'm talking about? He was like a preacher. He was trying to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ or whatever. And a lot of powers that be wanted to kill him off. And he was starting to have an alcohol problem. Right? Okay? And he got on a moped and he was drunk. I guess he was going to a liquor store or whatever, right? And he died. And everybody, and some people said it was a setup. Do you know who I'm talking about? It just recently happened, like a few months ago. That's why I wish I was in my studio, so I could show you, you know. But he taught Christianity in India, and a lot of people didn't like it, and he was starting to have an alcohol problem, and a lot of people were saying it was a setup, somebody killed him, and whatever. It's alright, I'm just saying, I was just trying to make conversation, that's all. But I think I saw it on Inside Edition. It's a channel on YouTube called Inside Edition. So tell me... So he had 119... Oh my God. But he wasn't an alcoholic, was he? Yes. Look up like Indian wait a minute, hold on. Indian preacher cover up or something. I figure that. I didn't, you know. I figure that. But I bet you he was a very respected gentleman too. And I bet you he put up a lot with a lot of drunks. You know, but it goes with the territory, right? Many people were jealous of him. They shoot my What? Is he... Did he die? So they must have... I'm sorry to hear that. Oh my God. bet you do. I bet you do, honey. It's not. I'm not trying. I bet you do. You'll never forget it. But they are. Answer me this, okay? They have like mafias there, right? In India, like gangs. Yeah. Money is the root of all evil, right? But they have like gangs, right? Like here in America, right? Or they have mafias, like they do here, like the Italian mafia, right? Because there's certain gangs that want to control certain areas, right? And there's a lot of prostitution too, right? Of young girls and all that. And like in the slums of where's that place? New Delhi? New Delhi has a lot of slums, right? And then above the slums are like high rises where all these rich people live? Or is that somewhere else? I'm very educated. I don't know it all, okay? But, you know, when it comes to certain, you know, parts of the world or whatever, you know, it's like, oh, I see it. Yes, politicians don't help slum people. Yeah. Well, that's everywhere, right? That's everywhere. You can't trust anybody, right? No. Sad. So tell me about this Magi with noodles. The curry Magi with noodles. How do you make that? I bet you put the curry in the pan first, right? The ground curry. You put all the spices in the pan first instead of during the cooking process, right? First cut onions, little ginger, potato, chilies into little pieces. All right. Roast them with cooking oil until red. Right. And do you throw the noodles in with it? Like, then put them on the fringe pan. Right. It's the flat pan, right? It's a cast iron skillet, right? But it's just flat. Then put half spoon salt red pepper masala in it. Yep, I know about masala. Yeah. Well, you just have to come over and cook it for me and my husband. Then put Magi noodles and then, hey, Jamie, what's up, buddy? What's up? Say hi to Hans. Hans, meet Jamie. After 10 minutes, enjoy. You and your husband. Yeah. Yeah, Hans, this is Jamie. And Jamie, this is Hans. And Hans is actually from India. So he's teaching me how to cook Indian. I'm thoroughly enjoying this conversation, Hans. I really am. I don't think Hans is Hindu. Wait a minute. Hans, are you Hindu? I'm not trying. Yeah, Sikh. So you have long hair, right? There was a few years ago in Christchurch, New Zealand. There was a gunman that actually killed a whole bunch of Sikhs in a temple in Christchurch, New Zealand. Oh, I thought they had long hair. That's why they wore the turban and stuff. I love long hair, by the way. That's why I married my husband. It's only for that. Hi, Hayes. How's it going? Thanks for dropping by. I truly appreciate you dropping by. Say hello to Hans and Jamie. We're keeping this light, guys. We're not talking about what's going on in this other side of the world. I'm rocktastic. I'm hot. Oh my God, I am hot. I am hot. Look. This thing, I bought this on Amazon and it's useless, really. It really is. It's not doing anything. In the future, I will have long hair. Does your son have long hair? It must be hot, like when the temperature is like say 90 degrees, and you have to wear your turban, right, or whatever. Do you put? I'm not trying to be disrespectful, right? I'm just trying to be funny, okay? Please don't. Do you put like bags of ice or ice cubes on top of your head, and then put the turban around the ice so it can cool off? It was supposed to be funny, and if you were offended by it, I apologize. But that's, no ice, okay. Yeah, because the ice would be melted. Just like that, right? This thing does not work. You're supposed to put, like, water in it, right? And, yeah, whatever. Oh, well. You get what you pay for. Does your son wear a turban too? Yeah. But can he do it himself or his mother has to do it for him? this thing's worthless. No, yeah, his mother does. Yeah. So what grade? I know you don't have grades, right, in India with schooling, right? Because I'm trying to think back to the young gentleman from India that came onto my stream that taught me about like medical school and what they do and like how like all that stuff. But like your son is still in primary school, right? And what does he want to be when he grows up? A cook? He is 5 now. He's 5 years old. So he's just starting to learn and stuff. I wish my kids were that young again. Maybe I will send him to Canada in the future to study. What about Australia? What about Australia? I got 100 family members in Canada. Oh my God. We have a big Sikh population in the United States too. I think they're in Wisconsin though. Well, they're Muslims. I don't. Yeah, they're. I was gonna say Dearborn, Michigan, but they're Muslim. They're not Sikh. They're Muslim in Dearborn, Michigan. Yeah, we have a few Sikhs in here. Shoot, I can't read this. Wait a minute. Where do they live in the U.S.? New Jersey? California? Yeah. Whereabouts in New Jersey? A lot of Sikhs own a lot of like gas stations, some 7-Elevens, not, but mainly they're gas stations they own. Sikhs do. I don't know. I never been there, but I will ask them for you. Yeah, I mean, I used to go to a gas station all the time, like in Roxbury, New Jersey. Okay, where I used to. It was close to where I lived, and they were owned by Sikhs. Nice people too, by the way. Stupid freaking. And they're very charitable too. They really are. And a lot of people in the U.S. have a misconception between, like Sikhs and Islamic people and even Hindu. They're all different. And I think after 9/11, and, it's like everybody was on high alert with, even if you weren't Muslim or whatever, if you were Sikh, it's like, oh my God, But that's how the world was, and it still is today. Excuse me. It still is today about the ignorance of getting to know cultures, like the Sikh culture, about the Hindu culture, about the Aborigine culture, or what, you know what I mean? People are not open minded. They rather watch reaction videos or doom scroll on Twitter or Facebook or YouTube. It's all mind rot what they put on here. People don't want to learn about other cultures and stuff. I do, though. I was brought up that way. Yeah. God. Oh. And yeah, and like and few riders in it, and yeah. And they steal other people's stuff on YouTube. It's not just the Nigerians. It's, it is what it is, right? People are going to do what they're going to do. You just have to find people on YouTube that generally care about people, that enjoy conversations, that actually want to know about different cultures, that have lighthearted conversations about things, or just be respectful of others. A Hindu got shot in Pakistan for not accepting Islam. I believe it. I believe it. Yes, I do. There's a channel, you should look this up, called Tribals. It's TRYBALS. And it's a group of men from Pakistan. And I watch that show. I watch their videos. I think they're very humorous and whatever. Yeah. Well, no, it's TRYBALS. I think they have 2 channels. I enjoy this one gentleman. I forget his name. Well, I like them all. Yes. But the producers of that channel were exploiting them. Okay? Now, they're Islam. Alright, there's alright, Islamic. They're farmers, okay? They're hardworking people. They have big families and all that stuff, right? And you have to watch a few videos to understand what I'm saying, right? Well, a few weeks ago, these producers, and I was upset about this, a lot of people were upset about this, where they gave them pot, or they gave them brownies with marijuana in it, and they called them magic brownies. Now, in their culture, okay, they can't have anything. They don't drink. They can't do drugs or anything else, right? So the 2 guys, the 2 gentlemen, and stuff, they said, here's your magic brownies. And everybody was so upset about it because they ate it and they were all like, oh, It was against their religion. It was against their beliefs. And a lot of people were unsubscribing to them and everything because of what, they did to these tribal farmers. But yeah, I watch that show a lot. Uh, you know, and they do fun things. You know, they even went to like Dubai, right? And had a vacation. Yes. Maybe it's blocked in your country. I don't. I think they had two channels. I would look it up for you, but I'm only on this phone. You know, I'm sorry. But if I was in my studio and stuff, I would look it up for you and we would check it out and whatever. Shoot, it's hot. Yeah. They, you know what got me? Is they actually, the producers, I mean, they do funny stuff, okay? But there's one video where these two guys went into a winter palace, where Pakistan actually has a winter palace where you can go snowboarding, you know, sledding on the snow, you know, skiing. Everything was made out of ice. In Pakistan! I was like, oh my God. You know, it was just, it was cool. And then they tried video games, you know, like with a VR set and whatever, like a racing game. And then one guy almost had a heart attack. It was funny. But when they did the Magic Brownie episode and stuff, I mean, they crossed the line with that. You know. So what kind of breakfast do you cook for your family? Since you don't eat eggs or anything. Oh, so you switch. So what does she cook? I have a question for you. Do you think she's a better cook than you? Or no? You know, you're like the higher, the superior cook of the house. You should ask your son, saying, who cooks better, mommy or daddy? And pay your son some rupees or something. Alright, so it's chapati, curry salad. I knew you were going to say that, okay? You should put that on video. Alright, so wait, alright. Yogurt, yeah, is a big thing. Yeah. It's your parents, right? Or her parents. Does your son's grandparents think that she's a better cook or you're a better cook? Oh man. And I bet you if they said you were a better cook or whatever, you know, you would be probably sleeping on the couch in the other room, right? Or be sleeping on the floor, like, you know. Bad, Hans, bad, right? if your son said that, right? I would give him like what 5 rupees or whatever, and I would take him out for I don't know, say to a park and have yourself some fun with him. You know what I mean? You tell me now, you're a better cook or your husband. I am. I am. I hope he's watching this right now. I hope he's watching this right now. He's at work. He works nights. I hope he's watching this right now. I am the better cook. I am. I'm not being narcissistic. I am. I'm the better cook. But you know what? I'm going to tell you something. I go through back pain issues. So I don't cook that much anymore. I can't stand for a long time. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I hope you enjoyed our conversation and you were enlightened by it in some way. And I appreciate you coming by. I enjoyed our conversation. And I hope you come back some other time. Yes, lots of it. We don't eat horse meat. That's the only thing we don't, it's illegal to cook horse meat. But we'll cook everything else. Well, thank you. Thank you. So I do hope, one day you come back and we'll just talk about cooking and, who's the better driver? Who's the better driver of the car? That stuff or whatever, but, yeah. But take care. Peace be with you. And thanks for dropping by. Don't get sucked into the darkness. Be the light of the world. And focus on your family. Heck with all this other crap that's going on in the world. This thing doesn't even work. I bought it, because I do outside streams a lot. Okay? And I put cold water in it. And I tested it out in the living room. And it was feeling good. I was like, I don't like this. And now that I'm out here where the temperature is 91, 92 degrees, the water's warm. I had the fan on. There's a mist going. And it's like, it's not doing anything for me. Go figure. So, cheers, guys. I'm drinking water. I should pour this over my head. This would be a lot better over my head than this darn thing I bought on Amazon. Never again. If you're out in this kind of heat, guys, don't drink, like caffeinated drinks like Coke, Pepsi, Mountain Dew, iced tea, even sugary drinks you shouldn't really drink outside when it's hot like this. Drink water, Even alcohol. It's funny because, it's like, it's such a hot day out. I'm going to crack myself open a beer, right? Alcohol makes you dehydrated. You know, I used to hate warm beer too. Ugh. But I know people that drink warm beer, and oh my god, I don't know how. To me, it tasted like, dog puke or something. Or dog. It was yeah. No. Thanks for the hearts. Much love back to you. Cheers, guys. I really listen. This is a lighthearted stream. We're not going to talk about politics. We're not going to talk about the world, what's going on in the world. This is our space. We can talk about lighthearted things, like I was talking to Hans about his culture in India. And I hope he was enlightened by my conversation. You know what? But it's just nice to talk to people around the world, and just talk. Get to know each other. Get to know each other's cultures. What their struggles are. People they just want to just doom scroll and they don't care. They rather see TikTok videos of mind rot and all that crap. And I admit, guys, I do that too, but I'm more. I don't go on Twitch. I don't go on Twitter that much. I don't go on Facebook, even though I actually reactivated my Facebook because of the RA seminar, and I haven't set up my page or my account or anything. Even with Instagram, I'm confused about Instagram, because now they have reels and stories and carousels or whatever. I don't know anything about that. TikTok, I don't go on TikTok that much. I think my main social media is YouTube. But I know a lot of people that have like Clapper and Lemon and all these other sites, WhatsApp, this, that. It's like, nah, it's alright. You do you, I do me. And I'm not going to put all those apps on my phone. The Chinese have enough information on me already. From the AI sites. Seriously. And I haven't been doing projects either, because of my back, and plus it gets so hot in my studio. It really gets bad. But I bet you it's hotter out here than it is in my studio right now. And we're having problems with our central air too. Jim's getting so stressed out. It seems like everything's falling apart. Like his car, his friend's car that he's borrowing, seems like it's falling apart. The house is falling apart. I'm falling apart. I'm broken. And just pray for my husband. Just pray for him. He's really going through a rough time. I haven't seen him this stressed out in like a long time. And he is in a deep depression. He's going through a lot of anxiety. And just pray for him. I feel bad for him because a lot of times he has to put up with my bullshit. You know, we got in a snappy match, you know, a few times, you know. I have the best husband in the world, guys. I say it in every freaking stream. I do. I feel so blessed to have him. Because if I didn't have him, I don't know where I would be. I'd probably be locked up in a mental institution somewhere. I don't know. Especially with my back pain. I don't know. You know. I was actually going to bring up something too. But I'm not, because I told you guys this is going to be a light-hearted stream. I watched a documentary on a particular topic that I talked about a few times on this stream, but we're not going to go there. I had to do a couple things with what I want to talk about with that. You know. Yeah, I don't want to talk about that stuff either. I did talk about with Jim this morning when I fell. I fell again, guys, again. That was fun. I got lightheaded, and I just, you know, I think it's because maybe I get so tired, and maybe it maybe could be the medication too. I don't know, but it's scary. But he heard me. He heard me go plop, whatever, you know. He's like, "All right, man, all right, you know, you know." But I settled down because I talked about this documentary I saw last night. So, oh my God. Do you guys miss my intros? I miss my intros when I do live streams out here. You know, when I'm out here, I just like do the title and do whatever. Boop. I'm on that side, guys. You know, I miss that. And I really don't edit my videos. I just, whatever. You know. I don't know. And my ankle is killing me, by the way. My ankle that's had 8 surgeries and is very swollen, which is not good. So, more than likely, guys, I'll have surgery number 9. 9. Oh, here's a breeze. Oh, here. That breeze is more helpful than this freaking stupid thing. I'm just saying. I think I had to charge it up, too. There's 4 speeds to this. And the breeze is better than this damn thing. Go figure. Anyway. But I hope you guys are having a marvelous Monday. I hope you're not really having a manic Monday by doom scrolling, by getting sucked into the darkness, by getting sucked into the white noise. I hope you're putting down the phone and actually, maybe enjoying the outside, even though it's so hot around here in these parts. Or you're talking to a neighbor, or you're reaching out to somebody that you haven't talked to in a while. Maybe you're, painting. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something. Our brains are so complex. But our brains can't handle instant gratification, instant information all the time. And that's why you have a mental breakdown. That's why you have headaches, maybe. That's why you just feel like the whole world's on your shoulders and all that. Your body will tell you enough is enough. And if you are going through a hard time, guys, in life right now, you're struggling with anxiety, depression, pain issues, addiction, alcoholism, you can always talk to me, guys. For those that don't know, I'm Rock Queen 71, coming at you live from my headquarters in Oklahoma. I've been off crack and heroin since 2004, alcohol since 2011. I'm very vigilant with my recovery. I only stream to help others. I don't do it for the 15 minutes for fame. I don't do this for the money. I do it to help others. Because in order I subscribe you and I will funds. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. It means a lot. Thank you. Like I said before, guys, if you're struggling with life's dragging you down, you have a lot of anxiety, you're struggling with drugs and alcohol, you can always talk to me in the chat. You can always leave me a comment and stuff, and we can connect somehow and talk. I'm not a licensed therapist, nor I'm a certified drug and alcohol counselor, but my schooling was a school of hard knocks, and I know a lot. I don't know everything, but I know a lot. So you can take my hand. I'm here for you. I'll go on that journey with you. I'll do as much as I can for you. Because I generally care about people. Whether you're from India, from Australia, from New Zealand, to California, Minnesota, Texas, Oklahoma, Jersey pride, baby. I'm here to help you. With no strings attached. Just by you being here is enough. I'm hot. It's hot out here, guys. As you can hear, I guess they're doing Jerry's property because he lost everything. He lost his home. He lost 6 cars during the wildfires a couple months ago. I guess that's what they're doing. You can't see what they're doing, but, you know. And no, guys, you're not going to see me do cartwheels or barrel rolls or jumping jacks today because my legs and my ankles are really killing me, especially my left one. I should actually put it up. So maybe next time. Who knows? But right now, my left ankle is in bad shape. At least we got to spend a little time together out in this hotness. You know. I'm braving the elements for you guys. The heat, the bugs, the flies, the ticks. All for you guys, all for you. The mosquitoes. Can't forget about the mosquitoes. So, yeah, it's bad out here. My butt's starting to hurt too. Actually, I had that Tulsa Raceway seat pad underneath me and another pad underneath me, and it's still. I can't stand for a long time. I can't sit for a long time. Despite what you saw yesterday or a couple days ago with my stunts, my challenges. I don't do it for you guys. I do it for me. I challenge myself, even though it's very stupid for me to push the envelope when it comes to certain things. But my husband, Jim, he knows how I am. A lot of people know how I get. You know. And, like I told you before, guys, my body right now is saying, enough. Don't be doing that stupid crap that you did a couple days ago. Chill out with that. Chill. You know. So. Let's take a look. Let's see if we can find some bunny rabbits. I'm not gonna bring this thing. Like I said, the breeze, the Oklahoman breeze, is a lot better than this damn thing. You know. Yeah, I think it needs to be charged too. Yeah, it. You know, it's spraying the mist, but the water is so warm now. It's not cold. It just sucks. Alright. Let's get up. Okay. There you go. Oh my god, my back. Oh my god. Oh boy. Oh, I think you can see the backhoe, the bulldozer. I don't know, you know. And there's Jim's grandfather's place. Now let's take things nice and slow. Nice and slow, guys. Wow. Ugh, it hurts. Yes, it does. I know I'm probably gonna have either a hip surgery or is that wait? I'm gonna have a hip surgery probably, or maybe a back surgery, maybe back shots. I don't know. Oh, I'm gonna sit right here. How about that? There you go. Oh, there's the sun. I don't know if you can see the sun. There you go. Let me move this around a little bit. Oh, there you go. It's a little bit too bright. There you go. Up close and personal. From where I was sitting at, and just walking from there to here, it was pretty bad. My ankle, nice and cool. Very nice and cool. I don't see any bunnies yet. No bunnies yet. I don't see no cats around either. I really want to, like, I think when it gets dark and when I get a little rest, I think I'm going to lay down, is when I get up, I'll go to my studio, and I'm still having problems with my camera, guys. And if I'm in pain, when I'm in pain like this, I have no patience for really anything and stuff. And that's why I haven't been in my studio. I think that's why I just go outside to make things easier. You know what I'm saying? So, it's still a beautiful day, guys. A cloud in the sky, as you can see. Beautiful sky. Beautiful sky. Nice breeze. Better than that fan mister, whatever, right? Well, there's a dragonfly. You want to see the dragonfly? I have to get up though. I don't want. It's right there. Oh, I hope I caught it. That was an usual uh, dragonfly, right? Oh, he's coming around. He's right by. I think a dead day longlegs. Yeah, pretty cool. And oh, look what I was sitting right next to a sharp piece of wood from the wildfire. Just another reminder how lucky Jim and I are. All that this whole property is. Oh my. So after this, I'll probably end up. Ow, my ankle. I just. I think. I'll probably just end up laying down for a little bit. I don't know for how long I'm going to lay down for. Sometimes when I go down for naps, it's not like for 1 or 2 hours. It's like for 4 or 5. And doctors, tell me, well, if you sleep, for 5 hours, like take a nap or whatever, it's like it's your body's telling you that it needs to heal, right? That dragonfly is still flying around. Yeah, I don't see no. Nope, there it is again. And he goes right on that same stick. Oh, now, yeah. He's playing hard to get, that dragonfly. But that's an unusual dragonfly. I never seen a dragonfly like that before. And the one thing about Oklahoma too is like the humidity gets so bad here. It's like the second you walk out the door, it's like you're dripping with sweat, and it's like sometimes you feel sluggish, and a lot of people, can go through like heat strokes, and all that. Especially a lot of, homeless people down in Tulsa and in that area. My husband and I, we were coming from the hospital, from the ER, because I had to go to the ER, because I fell and all this other crap. And I told Jim, I said, well, can I have a McDonald's, iced coffee? Because to me, that's a treat, okay? you know, I love real coffee. I love McDonald's iced coffee. So that's my treat for being a good girl at the ER, and all that stuff. But, and sometimes he gets frustrated. He's a Vic, I have to go to work. I can't deal with traffic. Whatever. I'm like, whatever, just get me a freaking, iced coffee, light and sweet. And, and, and it's funny, all right? If you're from Jersey, you know. So I tell him, well, I want a French vanilla iced coffee, light and sweet. And he's like, what's light and sweet? What does that mean? I'm not gonna tell them. They don't know what that means. I don't even know what that means. I'm like, it's like, it's like a little bit more sugar and a little bit more cream. That's it, right? And if you go to any Dunkin' Donuts, and oh my God, oh, there's a bird. He's just soaring and just having fun. But it's like, there's no Dunkin' Donuts anymore. It's just Dunkin'. I'm like, really? Anyway, I used to have a big thermostat from Dunkin' Donuts. Anyway, so, and they have Dunkin' Donuts like in plastic bottles at, like, say, at Walmart or Reese's or whatever, or like convenience stores, but it's not the same thing. It really isn't. But Jim will buy me, like, for a surprise, for a treat, to get me, Dunkin' Donuts coffee in a bottle, And so, anyway, he's like, well, tell me, we're like half a mile from McDonald's. And tell me now what you want. Tell me now what you want. So when I get up there, I know what I'm going to say. So I'm like, I want, French vanilla iced coffee, light and sweet. And he's like, what does that mean? I mean, they don't know what that means. I mean, it's. But they got it right. They got it right. They don't have Dunkin' Donuts around here. I miss it. They have Rocket Coffee and Tulsa. I want Rocket Queen, right? Maybe they can sponsor me or something. But they do have Rocket Coffee here in Tulsa. They have Dutch Boy Coffee in Sand Springs now. Yeah, I want to try Dutch Boys. I want to try Rocket Coffee, and that's like a drive-through. So maybe I could just, say I own franchise or something. I got, yeah. Then generally I can say Rocket Coffee is rocket fuel for Rocket Queen. Hell yeah! Woo! Right? Right? There's that. Look. That is really an unusual dragonfly. Now, he's still staying there. I don't know if you can see him. Yeah, he's about to fly. I'm standing up. Pretty freaking cool, right? I hope I got it. I hope I got it. But that's like a real unusual dragonfly. You know, I don't see any bunny rabbits right now. But yeah, that is very unusual dragonfly. I don't see any of the hawks coming around. But thanks for joining me on my stream, guys. I really appreciate you dropping by. Just by you being here is enough. That's all. Just by you being here is enough. I don't ask for anything more. So, beautiful day. Oh, not beautiful. Hot day. Beautiful life. You know, life is so good. You know, it's bad that stuff is happening on the other side of the world. You know, but we can't do anything about it. We can't. You know, we can pray and hope it stops, right? But do yourself and your mental health a favor. Don't doom scroll. Don't get, sucked into the darkness and just, because from what I understand is a lot of people on Twitter, Facebook, or whatever, they're just like after each other, and some of these kids on here and adults, they don't know what they're fighting for. Just like with the No Kings rally. These kids were there just to say, oh, see? I'm here at the No Kings rally. No kings, no kings, no kings. Yeah, alright. Come on, let's be realistic. You know? Just like Occupy Wall Street. They didn't know what they were doing. Most of them. So, I challenge you guys to do something for your mental health today. Such as turn off your phone. Put your phone somewhere else other than your nightstand by your bed. Read a book. Draw. Watch a retro movie from the 80s or something. You know? Your brain will thank you. Believe me. You know? And you'll feel much better and lighter. You'll actually feel lighter. When you don't doom scroll, you'll feel lighter because you'll feel like you don't have the whole world on your shoulders. And it is true, when you go through, a lot of issues in your life, maybe baggage too, it actually weighs you down. And a lot of times it does cause physical pain. Should I say it again? Because I just got a sign saying, you're live! It's a fact when you're going through something in your life, like issues, mental health issues, a lot of baggage, other people's problems, or whatever, you actually do feel the weight of the world and stuff, of the baggage, your struggles, other people's problems, whatever. When you let that, when you let all that go, you do feel lighter. It's a proven fact. We're having a barking match. Uh, oh my god. Alright, we're having a. Woof! 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 I guess I scared him off. I guess I scared him off. I bet Jim's cousins live there, right? And they're probably, they're probably, getting the dog in and saying, "What the hell? That doesn't sound like a dog." I've been called worse, guys, if you know what I mean. Let's see if woof! 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 Alright, guys, I think that's it. We'll call it a rough ending. But thanks for joining me on my stream, guys. I truly appreciate it. If life's dragging you down, you're struggling with drugs and alcohol, and or mental illness, you can always talk to me in the chat. You can always leave a comment. Leave a comment, guys. I will respond. I will reply. But if you don't feel comfortable talking to me on here, I totally understand. But please reach out to somebody for help. And if you don't have anybody, please pick up your phone and dial 988. Trained counselors are on call 24/7, 7 days a week. You're not weak for asking for help, guys. You're not. You're doing the right thing. So with that, guys, until next time, until another rough day, right? I scared them off, right? I scared them off. Let's see if they respond, right? Woof! 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 Yeah, I guess I did scare them off. So with that, guys, until next time, guys, be the light of the world. Create a wildfire of change. Don't get sucked in the darkness and don't get sucked in the white noise. And I'll see you soon. Signing off. Bye, guys. Bye.